Hello, everyone. I just wanted to cover something that has been making the rounds on my Twitter feed for a while now, and it is related to the interview that recently has been released on Patrick Bet David's channel Valuetainment with two members of Ethical Capital Partners who purchased the conglomerate that owns PornHub and various other sites in 2023. So I mean, the meme here, as you're seeing in the tweet, is this Rabbi Solomon Friedman talks about his strategy to normalize pornography in the West. We could watch a little bit of the clip.
Businesses you guys could buy. Why did you guys target buying PornHub?
Yeah, so we saw an extraordinary opportunity. The fact that it's newsworthy or noteworthy that we've made the acquisition, that should tell you that this is a space that has not had mainstream investment, right? That it's a space. I always said, when we looked at the business, it's a business that's legal. Not only is it legal, but in every Western democracy, it's constitutionally protected. It could not be outlawed, even if you wanted to, but it doesn't have that legitimacy. And one of the reasons for that, and as we started to examine the business further, was that nobody wanted to say we are the owners of a major adult company, right? Everyone they wanted the benefits of owning.
So yeah, I think that's enough of the clip. I mean, if you watch the whole interview, Patrick Bet David tries to hit the angle of the human trafficking angle of Pornhub quite hard, and you're seeing that there's a portion of his audience that are really interested in just that and not really listening that much to the interview. But for the people who are paying attention, I actually think this almost worked as an ad for Pornhub. Because Solomon Friedman is very well spoken and is able to answer the criticisms reasonably well, but you have like a portion of the audience who are more interested in just kind of ringing this through like as a sort of low IQ, what low IQ anti-Semitism narrative. And if you doubt this, I can just show you what I tried to do here. Here you're seeing, like the tweet says, Rabbi Solomon Friedman talks about his strategy to normalize pornography in the West. And I felt like I saw this repeat a little bit. So I tried to just search in Twitter for the phrasing Rabbi Solomon Friedman, and then you say plus pornography in the West, and here you can see the search result. I mean, Twitter's search is not really that good. I don't know if it's ever been good, but at least after Elon took over, it's been very unreliable, but I did get some results. So here, if you can see me scroll down, you can see how many posters are just kind of posting the exact same clip with, it's like they're copying each other's homework here. Right, they're pushing basically the same narrative that a rabbi owns Pornhub because Jews own all of porn, and they're doing this to normalize pornography in the West. I mean, the first sort of weird part about this narrative is that pornography has been normalized in the West, I'd say, for at least 20 to 15 years. It's not that I'm saying this is a good or a bad thing, but it's a bit strange to sit and bring out this line now, where I feel like this door has been kicked down already. Where I think as many as over 80% of men, at least, engage with or have engaged with pornography in their lives. That's just self-reporting. So it's probably even higher. But yeah, as you're seeing, I'm just getting through more and more results, and it's kind of a lot of these bot accounts that just keep repeating the same narrative over and over again. It's a very good way to notice if there's somebody trying to push a certain narrative on Twitter, that you just search for the keywords or some exact phrasing that people are just repeating with each other instead of retweeting, for example, which is what you would expect a normal person to do. So, I mean, aside from this kind of pseudo outrage over the normalization of pornography, which has already been normalized, I decided to take a look into Pornhub and this kind of Pornhub conglomerate as to who exactly the leadership is and what the real story is. And I mean, you have the Wikipedia article that you can go and look at. So apparently this is a conglomerate that owns a large portfolio of porn sites, including, say, Pornhub, RedTube, YouPorn, Xtube, Brazzers, reality kings. It's a very large part of what's considered like the sort of mainstay internet porn market. And as a sort of quick timeline of this company, so the company has gone under MindGeek. It's gone under as a Manwin. It's changed names multiple times. In the early aughts, it was founded by this guy on the left here called Fabian Tillman, who is German. And because of certain tax issues, he ended up selling the company to people in senior leadership, that is like the CEO and the COO on the right here. So in the 2010s, it was Feras Anton and David Tassilo, who the Anton here and his brother, who also works in the company, are Syrian, and this guy here is, I presume that he's German. So the reason I say this is that none of these guys who have owned and operated all of these porn sites in for the last 20 years are Jewish. So after these two guys decided to sell the PornHub conglomerate to this company here that's called Ethical Capital Partners, where they list on their website all of the sort of senior partners in the company, where this Solomon Friedman guy, who is a Jewish rabbi and a lawyer, is one of the partners. So I tried to look up these other guys, but apparently none of them have any traceable Jewish ancestry as far as I could tell. So like the actual story here is that the people behind like this kind of porn empire have been non-Jewish, and they've now sold it to a private equity company that has one Jewish owner out of 6. And the narrative that's being pushed by this, what do you call, like the right-wing, low IQ, anti-Zionism crowd, is that the rabbi owns PornHub, essentially. And they keep just pushing this over and over again and trying to play on this idea that now this is being normalized. And again, like, in a sense, I don't want this video to just be a kind of thing where I'm just supposed to go in and fact check on behalf of the Jews or whatever as a sort of watchdog. But there's something to be said about trying to make, critiques against Israel or against Jews that actually are rooted in facts and not just bullshit that you made up. As a lot of these people, like, say, Candace Owens and this entire sphere of low IQ, low IQ anti-Semitism people are doing here. I feel like it's doing a big disservice to people on the right in general who are trying to be critical of Israel and American Jewry. Where, as things currently stand, I feel like the general sort of pro-Palestine left has a much stronger case against Israel in general, because they have been consistent, at least in their worldview, and generally fact-based in the way that they have criticized Israel, instead of these people who are just kind of throwing out this sort of hyper-reality pogrom shit constantly that only seems to make it impossible to do real critiques. So yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say.